please be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello.
This is a case of Foster versus Fields.
Thank you, Jerome. Good day, everyone. Good day. Ms. Foster, you've petitioned the court for a DNA test to prove that the defendant fathered your 17-month-old daughter, Shaniya, a beautiful little girl born with extreme medical needs. You've dragged him to court to order he pay the support he's been neglecting. Mr. Fields, you say you're 100% certain that you are not her child's father because she was pregnant before you met.
Yes, Your Honor.
You claim to have proof to support your case.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Foster, tell me about Shaniya and what exactly has Mr. Fields done for her?
He has done nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing. He brought her about 3 onesies and 2 pair of socks.
And she has medical needs. I'm sure you have extreme financial hardship associated with maintaining her health.
Shaniya had 3 surgeries. She had open heart, she had diaphragm and a G-tube. Right now, she's having some development problems, so we're just having follow-ups in Syracuse with all the rest of her doctors.
And there's just been no support.
He came to the hospital probably about 4 times, but when he was there, it was just to have relations with me.
No, I think that's a lie, Your Honor. I think that's a lie. I met Shaniya on Facebook. You understand? Shaniya proclaimed to be a virgin. She came and see me about the 31st of May that month.
What happened the first night?
She came to my house, you understand? She had bought some new shorts. I was trying to be respectable, and I asked her, do you want to go in the bathroom and change your clothes? She tells me no. Take off her pants right there in front of me. I'm still sitting in the bedroom. One thing led to another.
This is the first day you met her?
The first day I seen her.
You had sex that night, on the night she got dropped off?
The day she got dropped off, I had sex with her. Her mom came and picked her up because her mom came to my house and picked her up.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you said she was a virgin?
She was not a virgin, Your Honor. I had multiple stories of her telling me how many dudes she done, slept with and all that. This girl was not a virgin.
Ms. Foster, he said that you were saying you were a virgin at that time. Were you?
I was practically, before him, there was some
What's
other guy.
practically?
There was
How
some
can you
other
be
guy.
practically a virgin?
There was some other guy
That's
before him, and I
impossible.
don't count that as a partner.
You said you were practically a virgin.
Yeah.
You can't practically be a virgin.
What does
when they made
practically a
it
virgin mean?
Practically mean it didn't go all the way.
What do you mean?
So
You
wait a
stopped
minute, let me
fucking him.
understand this, Ms. Foster. What you're saying is you had intercourse with someone previously, but you did not finish the act.
Yes.
Okay. Is that written somewhere that that's called practically a virgin? I've never heard that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm not even laughing.
Thank you.
Have you ever heard of that, Jerome?
I've never heard of that one.
If I was in Syracuse and Jayquial had a phone and I called him and told him where I am, he would come to me.
How long ago was
I
that?
don't know this whole front that he's on right now, but I think it's because his girl's here, whatever wife, whatever she wants
Your
to be.
Honor, I got evidence that Shaniya just called my mother asking her for my phone number.
If I was on...
Wait a minute, Mr. Fields, you say you have evidence that
I
says
have evidence that my mom just called my phone saying that Shaniya called her asking for my phone number.
I did not call
And
her.
what would be wrong? What would be wrong with that?
Inboxing my little brothers
What is
on
wrong
Facebook.
with that?
There's no need for it. We was already coming here. What was the need for her?
So you're saying that she was inboxing your mother and your brother trying to chase you down because
she was
Listen,
even
if you're
saying she's
texting my wife.
Your Honor.
She's
Your
texting
Honor.
your wife trying to get in touch with you.
I never
She was
text his
texting my
wife.
wife.
I never text his wife. I have never known
we
of
got
her until
evidence,
3
we got
days ago.
evidence.
Let's get some order. You're saying that Ms. Foster was trying to get your number and was texting your brother and your mother trying to get your phone number. I'm asking you, why is this out of the ordinary if she believes you're her child's father? Of course she would try to get in touch with you. You think she's trying to get in touch with you because she wants to be with you?
No. Listen, I'm married. I'm really happy married. You
Where's the
understand?
ring?
What it is
Where's the ring?
Shaniya.
Bring evidence of that. Where's the paper? Where's the marriage certificate? Where's that?
So what is the problem with her trying to get in touch with you?
What it is Shaniya, I don't know what I did, but Shaniya is like really, really like obsessed.
obsessed.
And what she'll do
I
is
left
she'll text my wife.
I left you. You were crying to me, begging to come back with me. How you want your
all the way-
family.
So why would you make my life a living hell?
I don't even talk to you. I haven't talked to you in a while. Like, I don't understand where he's coming from. He just was talking to me 2 days ago.
No, I wasn't.
Telling me how he loved me, how this is not going to work because his family doesn't like
wait, time out, because now you're lying.
Everything.
Now you're lying.
And I have evidence right here, actually.
Yo, show me
You
some
do.
evidence.
Yes, I do.
Jerome, let me have that
I was
evidence.
talking to you.
This evidence shows what,
That
Miss
this
Foster?
is not going to last with her.
Where that's coming from?
This is temporary.
What is this?
A Facebook
A
message.
Facebook message
I haven't
that
had
says, I still have love for you that will never change. I wish we would have had a longer relationship. Even with my girlfriend now, our relationship not going to last long.
Listen, I haven't had
This
a Facebook.
is from Mr.
I have
Field?
not had a
Yes, it
Facebook
is.
in 6 months.
Yes.
You're saying you didn't write this
Listen,
post.
I didn't write it. I don't get on
He's
Facebook. I
lying
don't
so
own a
bad.
Facebook.
This is a whole front right now. I swear to God, I'm telling you, Jayquial knows I'm that woman. If I wanted him, I can have him.
You couldn't.
I can have him, and he knows that. This is a front right now.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. Did you ever have sex with Ms. Foster without protection?
And I would
No, I
admit
had
that I'm a real
protection. I had
person.
protection, Your Honor. This girl said she was on the Depo.
Never.
The Depo shot is birth control. Approximately 99% effective from not getting pregnant.
I don't know what he's talking about, but I have not became on the depot, and I haven't even dealt with him since January until last month. When I was with him, I was on the pill, and I didn't take it that day.
We talked about before the baby was born.
Were you
And he was
sat-
there at the hospital,
Your
too.
birthday, you thought the baby
He was
was
there at the
here?
hospital.
So, Mr. Fields, you came to the hospital for the birth. And why was that if you didn't think the child was yours?
Because of the medical condition that the baby was in. You know, I didn't want to just up and leave.
He was there through the whole pregnancy, basically, and except a month. And I just feel like if you were there and you thought of denial of if I was already pregnant or whatever, then why were you there through the whole time? Why did you come into my home? My mom accepted you. You're staying at my house.
Your mother's here, right? Please stand, ma'am. Step up to the podium.
You. Okay.
What would you like to add to this, and what do you know about this situation?
He was involved in the beginning of her pregnancy. He was there. He went to doctor's appointments. When we went to Syracuse, he would he would meet us at the doctor's appointment. He would stay there. He would be there. He comforted my daughter. He was worried, he was asking questions about the baby because they found 3 holes in her heart. Because he was involved with my daughter and because he was concerned about my grandchild, I accepted him. Me and my husband accepted him. I sat down with him. Me, my husband, my daughter, and Jayquial all sat down in my living room.
Yep.
And we said, do you want to be with her? If you don't want to be with her, don't think because of this baby, you have to be with her. He said, I promise you, this is the girl I am going to marry.
I did not tell you nothing like that.
That's what he said.
Mr. Fields, you're saying you don't believe you are Sienna's father.
Nope.
But you've been present
I was.
for so much of the pregnancy, even in the beginning, her birth. Why is it that you decided to just leave the entire situation alone and turn your back on it?
Because it wasn't left up to me. That's the reason why.
So it would have been your choice to stay
I
and
was
to
thinking,
support the child?
Yeah, I would have did what I had to do for the baby, but it wasn't left up to me. So like I said, well, why would she put me through this? So I said, this is not my baby.
I would tell him to come to the hospital, and he wouldn't. He would not show up. And the 3 times he has came, like I said, he would be on the Xbox, or he would be trying to have.
So
relations
what
with
do
me.
you think happened, Ms. Foster? Why all of a sudden this young man that's going with you to doctor's appointments and sitting down and having family
His
meetings?
family got into
My
his
mama
head.
was in Texas.
Me and his mother actually had a good relationship, so I honestly don't know what happened. Towards the end, I'm not gonna lie, I was really rude to Jayquial during my pregnancy because I was underneath a lot of stress. I was living an hour away from him, and it was like he wasn't, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't there. So it was like when I go to an appointment, I expect you to show up to the appointment because you live down the street. If I tell you 2 weeks in a time that my appointment is on this date, then you can take off of work and be there to my appointment. That's the least you can do.
Is you gonna take off work to come
do you
to my
think-
appointment?
Listen.
She was pregnant with twins.
Not at that
and
time.
she lost the baby. And when she lost the baby, he was there. He was,
He was not there. He actually,
I'm not saying
when
he
I
was
told
there,
him I
but
lost
he
my
was-
twin, when I told him that the doctor said the twin was gone, he said, suck it up and get over it. That's what he told me to do.
Life goes on, man.
Mr. Fields.
And then came
Mr.
the next
Fields,
weekend.
I'm trying to work with you because I really do see through this ignorant attitude you're displaying today. I see through it. But now, you're getting on my nerves. Now I'm telling you, you're a little cavalier. Hold on. This cavalier, I don't care. Everything's a shrug of the shoulders. Nothing matters to me. When we're sitting here talking about a child that literally is fighting for her life to have a healthy life, and everything is life goes on, I don't care, this, that, and the third. And from where I sit is so fake. I mean, it really is irking me because what you're acting like is so fake, macho nonsense. I can probably do more push-ups than you right now.
I don't think so.
Now hold on.
Listen.
This fake stuff you're doing right now when a child is at stake, sir, this isn't good. You know good and well you talk to these people. You know you cared about this child. When this mother sit here and talks about the conversation she's had with you, I keep coming back to your eyes to see, well, is she lying or is she telling the truth? Did he have that conversation?
No, we did.
Was he there? And everything in your body language says that you were there. What I want to understand is why would a young man that cared enough to sit down in these family meetings, go to appointments, sit here through the birth of this child, all of a sudden now stand in this courtroom and act like nothing matters? What happened? And I'm telling you, I need the answer to that. Because it's important to this child.
They happen.
What happened?
They happen.
There was a point in time at her birth, after her birth, because you're saying when she was born, he was there.
He was there, but before that, Your Honor, we were not on a good page. I actually told him don't even show up to the hospital and I want nothing to do with it.
And then he came anyway.
He came.
Which then furthers my argument of why I want to know, would a young man that you say you're mad at, you're under stress, don't even come, I'm sick of you, we're not getting along, he comes anyway.
Yes.
That only furthers my point that this thing that you're doing right here is not jiving with me. The man that's acting the way you acting right now,
I don't
when
know him
she
right
said
now.
don't even come, you'd have been like, oh, well, I'm not going. I'll go over here.
It was because of my mother that was the reason why I
anyway.
came. My mother is the reason why I came.
Right, so what I'm trying to figure out now, there's something now that created a distance. When you started being with your wife and your girlfriend or whatever your relationship is, did you feel support in terms of helping in figuring out what was going on with Sienna, or did you just decide, I need to move on?
At the hospital, it just went from, like, she just went 0 to 100, like, and it was just, her mother calls me, going bananas, telling me what she gonna do to me, this and that. So that right there is what actually started this distance.
Started the distance.
Then, I started talking to different females, and then I'm getting, so who is such and such? And then they talk about Shaniya, and I'm like, well, it's my baby mom's. Well, why she inboxing me on Facebook telling me that you talk to this person, you doing this, you're a liar, you're a cheater?
You also stated earlier in your testimony you felt like Miss Foster was obsessed with you, that just really, she can't get past it and she's calling people and trying to reach you. Does this interaction cause a problem in your new relationship with your wife?
Every day.
That's what I'm thinking.
I did have some type of feeling for Shaniya, but then when I went and found somebody new, it was like I told Shaniya I was happy somewhere else.
He never told me that.
Just went like, it went from here to like all the way down here.
And so is the distance furthered now?
Yes.
Because of your new relationship and what you say is a difficult back and forth between you and Miss Foster, which only separates you further from Sienna, which you acknowledge could possibly be your child.
Correct.
All right, now I understand the distance and I'm ready for the results. Your own. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics and they read as follows. Do you want to watch Paternity Court on TV? Go to paternitycourt.tv to find your local listings. In the case of Foster versus Fields, when it comes to 17-month-old Sienna Foster, It has been determined by this court. Mr. Fields, you are her father.
I'll step up and take care of my child. Can I hold her?
I want you to hold your daughter, and I want you to help take care of your daughter and be there for her and support her. You gotta work together. There's just no other way. You all have talked about a lot of things that have gone on in the past that have kept you apart. But this little girl needs you guys to figure out how to come together. Start talking about this thing and working it through. You guys can figure this out. Mr. Fields, I knew something about you. I was just not buying this thing this attitude you were having. No matter how hurt you get and how often you're misunderstood or even how often you get it wrong, you can begin again. You started off the right way, doing right by this little girl.
Might as well be with her.
Step back into the picture and be present again, all right? Don't let anyone or anything stop you. That's your baby. I will meet you in my chambers where you can hold your beautiful little girl. Court is adjourned.
Beautiful, beautiful baby.
Oh, look at this dress.
With a big smile.
Hey, you see your daddy? Oh, she's beautiful. How's it feel?
Feels good.
Yes. Hey, girl. Hey. She's beautiful.